Greetings, all my dreamers and dreamettes. It's your boy Mickey Fenty, aka Mickey Made It. Y'all already know. Man, I had to come talk to y'all today. There's a lot going on. But, before we even jump into anything, big love. Thank you so much for supporting the brand. It's hard out here. Man, you guys love the designs, man. I can't express how much I appreciate the love that I've been getting for the brand. And you guys, man, it keeps me going. It keeps me motivated. It keeps me just not thinking about anything else. It blocks everything out in the world that's coming to mess up your head. You guys support means everything. So I thank you. All the orders are going out. You guys better send me back the pictures. And I'm so nosy. I'm looking at what you guys order. Like, oh, you like this, you like that. So the whole journey, this thing is exciting. We just gonna keep it going, going and going. That's why I really can't put out videos every single day because I'm working behind the scenes with the business and just keeping everything going. Okay, we got a lot to talk about today's live. Everything from entertainment, fashion, everything that's going on. So you guys just stay tuned and we gonna get this thing going. But I thank you, appreciate you guys. As a matter of fact, in this live, after this live is over, I'm gonna leave the link down below. It's inspired by dreams with three Z's at the end dot shop. And you guys can go check out, all the new drops. I have some surprises in there that's gonna be in there by the time this is over. So you guys stay tuned. You can get your beanies. Check out the beanies. Y'all already know it's clean. Y'all already know. Style your beanies up. Yeah. This is what I tell you guys. Look, listen. When I say it's not about the money, it's not that you can't make money. Making money and humbling yourself and not just making it all about the money. It's all about the brand. It's all about the growth in the brand. So that's what I push to you guys. No matter what out there, what people say, this and that. You never know how people made it to their situations and how they got there. So just trust me, I really appreciate every sale that comes in, and I'm always going to be working harder to make you guys look better and better and better as the brand grows. So I appreciate it, and I can't stop thanking you. But that's here nor there. We're gonna jump right into this. Okay, so first things first on the list, exclus exclusivity. As far as like your brand, like small brands, if you're growing a small brand, don't look at bigger brands for exclusivity. Like you see, like this only dropping a certain amount for people. What I like to do with my brand, I like to leave it open to the public, leaving as many people, and it's not just because it's a brand new brand. It's just leaving enough people to have their fair share. Like I don't make your brand too exclusive. Is what I'm trying to say. Making your brand too exclusive can lead you in problems down the road. For example, right now, you guys heard of Hermes. Their Birkin bag is very exclusive. Now we've heard people from Beyonce, all the biggest stars can't even get it, but only certain stars can get it. It's that exclusive. And I believe it's called the Antitrust Fund. You guys can check this out and look it up. As a matter of fact, it's called the U.S. Antitrust Law, and it's when you make things too exclusive where the public can't get it, and you're making it at a price where it's high, and only a certain amount of people. And the reason why I wanted to touch on that is when you're building your brand, don't exclude people because it just shows what type of person you are. Like I'm not a person that want to exclude people from the brand. You want as many people that in support and loving your brand. Like I'm not just because I'm a man, I'm not just gonna make a brand for just males. I want to make it for the ladies too. I want to have that equality because that is what we're pushing for, not just in fashion, but we're pushing for that in the workspace. We're pushing for that in life. So if you're just pushing for just one side or one particular type of culture, it leaves a big gap in the market that people that can help you and want to be that might see the same vision as you, just of a different culture, of a different, you don't want to separate people when you're growing a brand. You want to make your brand about, so the reason why a lot of people try to separate it is because it's exclusive. Like the more exclusive, the higher they raise the price. But those are like old ways of doing things. In these times, the price when like I can only tell you for my brand. I would shop. You have to. It's a feeling when you're putting the price on something. It's value included in this. You have to add how much work it takes to put into there. You know, you add in the business aspect of it is what it takes for that product to get made, and then your creativity. You have to add a percentage into that too. So your hard work and everything that you put into it, excuse me, that's what you guarantee you can put and make a price out of that. But for me, you can also do it that way, but you can also get to know your supporters, know who's supporting you, try to find out more about your supporters, and what would be their best range where they can support the brand, because not everybody in these times, everybody wants to wear something that looks good. Everybody wants a brand that represents or somehow brings out a better of them, or it represents something that they love. And with that comes a price. But I see a lot of brands just going for high price, and just because something is raised high price that doesn't necessarily mean that it's. I'm not gonna say not of quality, but it doesn't necessarily mean that the price market that you have your supporters could pay or reach, because they haven't. To the higher the price, the more people have to trust in your brand. In other words, what I'm saying, especially when you're a new brand, these other brands can raise their price because they have built trust over the years with people, so they know what they're buying into. But when you're a new brand, people don't know where your vision is. They don't see your vision until they start learning more about you as a designer, or more about the brand as however you depict it. So for me, as far as my brand, the Inspired by Dreams, it has a whole lot behind it. It has a whole lot of feeling behind it. So I do a lot of things off of feeling. Like, um, being that I have anxiety, I try to help people that have anxiety the same way as I do, and just knowing that putting on something can make you feel a different way, take your mind off of certain things, and I try to put all of that in there. And when you really define your brand and find out why you are presenting your brand to people, and what could you change when somebody puts on your piece, or they try on something of yours, how could you make them feel different than them putting on, something from another brand, or just something that they see out there on their everyday social media. And how it's working for me is me just telling my story, who I am as a person, what the brand represents, and how I'm going about it. Yeah, I have animations on YouTube. Now the animations takes your mind away from all the other negativity that's going on. I try to paint people in good light in the animations, and it brings people into a community of people that I call the Dreams Club crew. Now the Dreams Club crew is just for people that maybe you might have went the other way, as far as like working corporate, or you might have went just had a different religion, the way of you was thinking, because your parents raised you to think a certain way, and now you have your own separate mindset of things and how you see things, and your own lens, and the lens that you developed on your own, and you see things in a different way. That's where you find me. That's where you find my brand. That's where I'm at. The revive for the people that made mistakes in the past, for the people that just did things a certain way, that want to do things a different way in these times. And that's what the brand really represents. It's a preppy streetwear brand that it's kind of like cleaning up the look of people, because sometimes people just point people out, and they just point out a person and say, oh, they are a certain way. Whenever you have to say they, them, and it's like I always tell you, it's almost 99% wrong. So I'm just giving the brand a new light, giving people something different to go out there and feel good in. That is what it's all really about. So back to the Hermes situation, being that their prices were so high and not everybody can get it, the government came in with this the U.S. antitrust law, and it's saying it's really cutting down on exclusivity. If you really look at how these times are going, being exclusive doesn't come from. I wouldn't say being exclusive doesn't come from a number or a limited amount anymore. Being exclusives come from like niche cultures inside of big cultures. Like you have a hip hop culture, and might have a little techie niche culture over here, and they have this certain thing. You might have a little a health culture over here, and they have their certain thing. And all of these things can implement different things. They can have fashion. You can have just particular products that you're selling in these. Out of the big culture, you have a little genres in different cultures, and those are the things that makes it exclusive for people, especially with clothing and things like that. People want to know where they're buying, their stuff from, and people want to know this, what their brand represents, the story of the brand, and that's the biggest thing people skip out. You can sell clothes every day, like you can wait for holidays, and you can tag stuff with like St. Patrick's Day and just do St. Patrick's designs and stuff, and that's cool. But when it goes back to the story, it really doesn't lean back on your story. It leans back on St. Patrick's story. So you want to have a story behind your brand to keep your brand elevating and keep your brand growing. And I'm just so happy that you guys are in support. I have so many different things that I want to bring to you guys, but the more the brand grows, the more I get to exercise my creativity and my imagination. And I think that's where I'm gonna win at. That's where when they say that invisible finish line in your mind, there's no that finish line is so far that I don't know what's yet to come. I just know as step by step as I design, I'm meeting new people, connecting with new people, and it just feels good. It feels good. It just feels good for a time in your life where you don't have to, like, before you can start working on your dreams, you don't have to like go through somebody or pay something, or you can create from your own. And that is so important in these times, you guys. No matter what you want to do, it doesn't just have to be fashion. It could be music. If you're going to do music in these times, I would stay far away from the industry. Stay far away from that. That's where your exclusivity, that's where your value will raise. When you keep yourself, like, let's talk about it. Let's really talk about it. Let's jump into the Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, and Drake. Okay? Now, you remember the like 2 lives ago, I explained to you the difference between the three MCs and how they arrived at the same place, just going from different routes. Okay, now we at a point where people are arguing, and it's understandable being mad at J. Cole for jumping in the fire and jumping out saying, you know what, that thing is too hot. But it's also tickles hip hop. I see with being apologizing, manning up, and saying, you know what, that's not me. In hip hop, that's where there needs to be some kind of correction. It's everything is not about me versus you versus energy. Because you can't come together as a community if we was just versing each other. Eventually, we're not gonna like each other. Whether we don't mess with each verse, the verses is a time. There's a time for everything. Like even in sports, verses like will be like the championship game. It's not the whole game. In between that time, they're learning new things, learning players, learning each other how to play better as a person, as a basketball player or whatever sports they're playing. They're learning each other, and then when they get to the championship, that's when you could say that's the verses of all time, the two best clash. But you can't keep that mindset when you're dealing with business, especially not fashion. You can't keep that mindset of saying, oh, it's me versus you every time you see somebody, because to be honest with you, I'd rather connect with people that's smarter than me, or connect with people that have some kind of vision beyond what they see in front of them. That's just my personal take on it, because I've seen that worked out. That works for me now. To be honest with you, the people that you think are going to support you might not be the people that support you. Always keep that in mind. You never know who you're going to connect with. If we knew who, as people, who we were going to connect with, we all know how to work things and where to go to and how to sell it, who to sell to. That is not how life works. You thinking being these people are not supporting you, or they supporting them, or they only supporting them and they want that. Those are all things in your mind. You never know who can support you. Trust me. The support you get behind the scenes is way better than the support you're going to get online. Because the support you get online probably has something attached to it, where people want something else out of that showing that they support you. You know when somebody tape helping somebody, It's like that. It's you'll be surprised how many behind the scenes you'll make more money behind the scenes, and people just standing behind your story. I'm a testament to that. Just taking your own pace and working your hardest. Trust me on that. No lie. Some days you might not get any sales, but the day you feel like giving up, bing, 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 bing. What? Bing, bing, bing. You never know what God has in store for you. Don't let these people push you away from God either. I see a lot of people pushing away from, being religious. There's nothing wrong with being religious. Religious keeps you disciplined. It keeps your mind at a sturdy pace. It keeps you thinking on the right path. It keeps you going where you have to go and not where you see other people go or where you think you're needed. Because you have to build a value in yourself before you go out there and expect people to see the value in you. If you don't value yourself, how do you expect other people to value? You got to know the value in yourself, the value in your brand, the value in your products, the value in you as a person. If you're going out there talking about people and telling them down at people, how do you expect to influence people? How do you expect to even become a leader? Forget a boss. I mean, boss is so old school. I don't want to be nobody's boss. I'm a leader. I'm going out there with you. I'm in the mud with you. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not doing that. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm more going out there with you, showing you how to do it. Getting you might even get further than God has for me. You never know. Maybe my God sent me to you to help you out. You never know. So take all of that and understand that who you are as a person represents whatever you're doing, whatever brand you have, whatever product you're selling. People's trust are so thin in these times. Trust me, we see this every day. The trust is getting thinner and thinner, and it's not really all of our fault. Sometimes it's a lot of big companies. You ever really notice? Look at your bills and the stuff that you pay for, and see the stuff that you really, 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 really need in your life, and then you see the stuff that you're subscribed to. All the stuff that you subscribe to, you got to make sure all of that stuff is bringing you positive energy or bringing you some kind of step forward for you as a person, not for anybody else. Because all that extra money could be go into you building yourself, building your brand. That's how it goes. You don't have to look at any other brand. You don't have to do that. I'd rather buy from other brands, like smaller brands coming up, and support them. Because I don't even have to tell them I have a brand. I don't even have to say, look, I bought this from you. I'm just rocking it. Like, yo, that's dope. Because I know how they feel when they get their purchase, just like how I feel when I get mine. It's that simple. I didn't think just everybody's gonna ding ding. You never know. People appreciate good people. Good people support good people. I keep telling you guys that. The more good energy you put into the world, God is gonna bless you. God is gonna bless you. Mark my word, you guys. I hear a whole bunch of back and forth talk on social media, things that's going on. But if that affects you inside, like if you're watching the Diddy every day and seeing what's going on, and that's affecting you, then you know it's a problem. That is a big problem. That man has made those mistakes allegedly, and you're putting yourself in that way. Don't block your own blessings from being blinded by the things you see in front of you. Take heed of the things you can't see. Try to picture try to imaginate sometimes. Like I always tell, when I read in character. I don't really read with my voice. Sometimes I read in character. That's why, it kind of makes me a better reader. So try to dig into the things that you know best. Hey, you like sewing? You don't have to have a whole brand to sewing. You can work for one of those big companies or company just growing and grow with that company, and you can build your business sewing brand from that. It doesn't always have to be the forefront. You don't always have to be the spotlighted person. Trust me when I tell you, behind the scenes is a beautiful place. It's a place where you could have a better peace of mind. That is the biggest thing in these times. I don't care what you're doing. If you always in bad energy and your mind is all over the place, you can't think because you have this going on here, this person is over here, this is pulling you here. You'll never, never, never have the strength in you to say, you know what? I think I see something further than what's in front of me. You'll never be able to see that. You'll never be able to see that. You have to sit down with yourself and really think to yourself, damn, what do I love? What can I see myself doing for a long time or for the rest of my life? It sounds hard, but when you start listening to things that you really love, it's just like somebody asking you, yo, who's your top five favorite rapper? It's just like the same way. You just gotta figure it out. Don't let people fool you and think that learning is a bad thing. You can learn from this point on. I've seen people learn with a better education than they had in the past now. And it's just because it's the time when you choose to say, you know what, I want to learn something new, and I'm gonna focus in and keep my thoughts on what I want to do. There you have it. You'll be right where you gotta be. You don't know the time because that's on God. You just take the steps in your journey and it works out. Things just work out. I'm proof of that. I'm proof of that. It doesn't matter what you see out there. It could be like the biggest celebrities could drop brands. It doesn't really matter. Once people support you as a person, people gonna want to support you as a person. Mark my word. Inspired by dreams. You think when I started this brand, I didn't think that people would, there were gonna be people out there. There's always gonna be negative people, and there's always gonna be positive people. But I thought to myself, what about all those people that supported me in the other brand? Would they support this time? And guess what? God is good. Slowly by slowly, as I make more animations, slowly by slowly, as I make more designs, people find you. Did you know I did like, and don't you know when it comes to social media, when you first start your brand, don't expect everybody to know who you are and know where you are because you have to register in the algorithm. Remember what I was telling you guys about the algorithm? Building your presence on there first? There's three places: algorithm, social media, and then outside, that's your real life. It's no more just those two places. You got to add the algorithm. You have to build your presence on there too. Especially with my last name. And that's my real name, Fenty. Fenty is my real name. It's not like and it just so happens we're in the same family. So I have to build my presence in a certain way where I can build up. But somehow, some way, people found me. People found me. God is good. Just like I was saying. You don't always have to take somebody else's blueprint to be successful. Sometimes just being who you are, putting your hardest of work in, understanding the business, valuing yourself as a person, that can help somebody else out so much that they just want to support you just for who you are and helping them become a better person. You never thought about it that way? A lot of people. When Nike started, it wasn't all about it wasn't really about looking fly. And I want people to understand that when Nike started, it was for a purpose: sports, making people feel more comfortable on when they're running. So they had a purpose. It's not like they just said, "Oh, I want to make that person look this way," and he's gonna be. They're gonna no. It's all about the name. No, all of that was already done. He had a purpose and he stuck to it. And then there was other people that came in and made different things of it, and it also branched out into the cultures and different cultures. His purpose was making people feel comfortable and running, not how the sneaker looked. Now I ran track in St. John's for what 3 years, 2.5 years, and I could tell you, man, if you don't have comfortable track sneakers, oh, you're done. You think you're running fast? You're done. You're done. I'm talking about done, done. You're done. So keep that in mind when you're building anything. Even like, especially, a lot of people think that it has to. That's one thing that I really want to show. As the brand grows, I'll show you guys. Like, if you say to ladies, like, you want to do beauty products and things like that, like Fenty, start small. Don't just start with like putting all these products. Start with a lip gloss or something. Something small. Break it down. Build it. Take your steps, and you'll get there. I'm moving at a slow pace, but it's a fast pace because you'd be surprised. If I got a whole flooded load of orders coming, I have to handle this. The traffic. So I fulfill my orders. It takes your time. That's the reason why my animations, I can't do them every single day because as the brand grows, that's how, that's just how it works. It's hard work. everything you do in these times is going to be hard work, especially even with these times of social media. You're seeing they're implementing, like I told you guys, they're implementing different things for the average 9 to 5er can go to work and still work as an entrepreneur on their phone. But at the same time, it still divides that person's time from work and things. So everybody's fighting for everybody's time at this point. But God is good. You put good product out there, people they love that, and they love, especially when I'm buying into something. I want to know that I can always come back to you. I want to know if I say if somebody asks me about it, and I tell them about your brand. I want them to be able to go to your brand and it look official. I don't want them to just go there and just see what they saw on me. No, and that's why when you look at my brand, it looks like, it's been there forever and it looks like something fresh. As you open to see the different designs, oh, this is something new. And that's why I created it that way. To show people you don't have to do what's really always out there to shine, to feel good about what you're wearing. Like, if you're like me, when you go into places, it's hard for you to get different pieces and add to your closet because you see so many. It's like they buy the sneakers, the hat, the sweats and everything in one store. And it's like then they go out, you go to say you go to a concert and you got like different splashes of you all over the place. I never liked that. I don't mind wearing the same brand as a person, but I like the brand to have at least something that I can, tilt to the side or move here or move to the put my dreads, something different than I can do with mine, and even if we have the same thing. And that's just how I've always been. So when I go into designing and things like that, I try to keep that in mind for the people. Like, I know y'all wanna feel good. I know y'all want that conversation. What are you wearing? So I try to make my pieces and everything, um, you know, like that. Something that people you can, this is a brand that's called Inspired by Dreams, and it's for people reviving their passion. Giving life a second chance. And you have a conversational piece, and then you can go into what you're doing with your life and how you're making your life better. Maybe you was working corporate and you're doing entrepreneur stuff now, and it just builds up that conversational piece in every piece that I do. That's why I work hard on that. If you know me for anything, I'm always work hard on my designs and just making it clear for you and neat for you to wear when I put it out there. So I'm gonna keep that part in mind, man. So don't think big companies are not getting sued. Hermes is one of the biggest company, and the government is going. They are on their necks because they're being too exclusive. You can't be too exclusive, only selling things for a certain amount of people. Yes, that works for like Supreme and stuff, but you have to understand they know the exact number they can dish out and make. You can't make it too exclusive and raise the price so high in these times. In other words, and just being exclusive all the time, it doesn't really say too much because even if I really love something but I really can't get it eventually, I'm not gonna love it as much. I'll just find something else that I can probably maybe one day buy or put in my closet. So being exclusive is cool, but sometimes it gets just too much for people. I want my dreamers, I want my people to be able to purchase it, and maybe if it runs out, I give you another date and it comes back out again. But I don't want it. I mean, I want as many people in the public who see things the way I do, maybe have dreams of being something better than they are, and they're trying to give life a second chance. I want them to always be able to shop. I don't want them to, just limited, maybe limited colors, but as far as designs, man, I want to touch a lot of people with my stuff. So that's why I do it, and I'm just so happy, you guys are supporting, man. You don't know how happy it makes me because YouTube, yeah, you do, you get a few dollars off of YouTube, but and the pace of it is not fast enough to grow the brand. So you always got to have your brand working on the side and working on its own and getting it out to the people. And that's when you got to really utilize your imagination and utilize your marketing skills to get your brand to the right people. Because just throwing it in front of anybody, sometimes it doesn't work. Because you got people out there so ready for memes and things like that. You might throw your brand in front of somebody and they just totally disrespect it and then just go into a meme. Now, being that you have ownership in it, you can sue and things like that, but you don't really want to go down that road in the beginning and make things so rocky. Maybe in the middle when you're making the six figures and stuff like that, then you'll have a better protection towards the brand. But as you go, you just want to get it on the backs and on the heads of the right people. You just want to get your brand around. and show people your dedication. Show people that your brand can sit with the best of brands and it can have the best of qualities. You know, match quality with your brand. Like I have this one hoodie. Look, um, this is the new this because I had it on I had this hoodie, this same exact hoodie on a different material, and it wasn't as good. And I wanted it to be a little more heavy because oversized heavy set I seen, you know, and I wanted to have my people's, my dreamers in the oversized stuff too. So did my research and I got to this hoodie. This is an oversized hoodie, and this is an extra large. So for the ladies, you know you get a large and you just get a size up. But this is what I'm talking about, quality. So I matched this with a, you know, I put it against Nike and everything, and I match. You know, that's how I do it. I want to go for quality as well as good design. So this is the gray. This is mine. Um, and this is the extra. Remember I told you guys, you know, I don't lie. I told you the extra patch will be on there for you. So anybody that ordered after the time will get the extra patch on it and before that time. But that's what I'm talking about. You want to match your quality with the stuff that you wear, the stuff that you respect and you like buying. And that's what I try to do. I try to match my quality with just like the stuff that I like buying, you know. Go in your closet, see what you like and match it up and try to find the, you know, even if you can't get that kind of quality because it might be an expensive brand, try to get as close as possible so when your supporters buy it, they feel good about wearing it. Um, so that's what I wanted to bring to you guys. Let me see. Hold on. Y'all know I'm blind. Let me look down. These damn words be too damn small. Hey, what's goody? What's goody? Word. Y'all know it. I appreciate you guys, man. Right now, entertainment is so wild. Everybody's on this like race going nowhere. I think you should just pace yourself. Life is gonna be life, and no matter what, no matter what you do, it's something that we all can't escape. You know. The other day, the solar eclipse. To be honest with you, I didn't really even catch it. I did not catch it, but I caught it on social media. Um, yeah, man. I'm happy that you guys appreciate my work. I'm happy you guys because I got some dope stuff. I'm gonna dress you guys up nice. Some dope ideas too. I'm just pasting it. All my dreamers and dreamettes, y'all gotta shine, man. Shine. Go out there. Put your heart in it. Go out there. Fight your fight. Fight your fight. Fight your fight. Ain't nobody perfect out here. We all make mistakes. Don't let nobody fool you. We all make mistakes. It's how we come back from these mistakes that we made. That's the part right there that makes you, you know, unstoppable. If you ain't make the mistake yet, you don't know if you're unstoppable. You don't know if you built for this. This what we do right here. The people that support the brand, the people that follow this channel, gonna know they seeing everything in real time. There's no stuff behind the scenes. No, you seeing everything in real time. You seeing the growth of the brand. You seeing me from my first started to now, sales picking up to people loving the brand. To you seeing every step along the way. People supporting that. That's it for you know. You don't really need anything else, man. Good people is gonna support good people. Don't be mad at who doesn't support you. Just concentrate on the people that do support you, and always stay true to them. Always think for them. Or think for your people. Think for your supporters. If there's something dope out there, you feel like, dang, I want my supporters to wear something dope. Then you put your hard work in there, and you put something dope for your brand, so your supporters could come to your brand and still feel good. That's how you do it. Think for your supporters. Hold them down. Keep them fly. Keep them drippy. A lot of people just do a couple drops and just disappear and come back. You can't do that to people. How are they supposed to trust in you? How do they know, like, if they're taking a quick trip and they want to put in an order real quick, you're going to be there and it's going to show up at their doorstep? You got to have trust. You have to build trust with people before you expect to just start making a whole bunch of sales. It takes a trust. It takes the type of person. People want to know who they're buying from. I know I do in these times. Because nowadays, you buy into something and you don't even know if the people that you're supporting are against you. So I don't know about y'all, but that's just how it's going out here in the NYC. It's going ATL in the whole. I think I see a lot of people out there just knowing, just being more aware of what they put their money into in these times because things get so crazy. You think you know somebody and you don't. You really don't. You don't know what the hell's going on. Things are crazy, man. Things are so crazy. That's why I stay focused to the brand and just keep my heart in it. Making you guys look fly is everything. It's everything. The other talk people, they talk about money, get this, that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then when you get the money, they ain't gonna tell you. Do they really tell you everything what happens with the money? Did they really tell you? No, they don't tell you. They don't tell you about it. They be making things up, for real. I'm letting you know stuff in real time. If I ain't make no sales, I'm gonna tell you I ain't make no sales, y'all. Hold me down, y'all. Cop a hoodie or two, y'all. Just keep it 100 with people, so people could trust in you. Stop lying to these people. Don't get into that. Don't, especially when you want to build a brand, especially if it's a brand from you and your family and what you're doing. Make sure people could trust in your brand. Be truthful to people. Don't lie to people. And if you're gonna do something, do it. If you say you're gonna have something on a certain time or something go wrong, explain and move on. But just don't lie to people. Like in the past, people would make up a whole bunch of lies just to sell things. I think those times are just those times are disappearing because nowadays on social media, people are getting caught. We see what's going on social media. People are getting caught. People are getting their cards pulled. People are getting taped. So you think a person ain't taping you? Yeah, they watching you. Cameras are on. So you gotta think about it like that. Just be truthful to people if you want to sell something. Now, if you don't want to sell something, you want to get over on people, there you go. That's your business. That ain't gonna get you far in life. It never really gets people far in life getting over on people. So if that's the route you want to take, that's cool. Go do what you gotta do. But this ain't the place for you. This is for the people that want to try to build something, whether it's something small and just see it, you know, elevate and you can have some funds to take care of your family and turn your business into a six-figure business and from there grow on and be millionaires and enjoy your life the right way instead of having to step on this person's toes or having to do this to get there or you don't have to do all of that. If you do it from the heart, start it yourself and be very, very careful who invests in you. That's another thing too. And people like to invest in people when they think that they're at a point where they're about to just make it and they want to put their 2 cents in so they can take a percentage from your company. That's a whole different life. But just be careful about the people that invest in you. And anybody who wants to invest in me, it's very hard to invest in me. I said the only people that invest in me is my supporters. They invest in me from buying my clothes. I don't know about these other people talking about sending me all these emails and want me to do something and do this and do that. Look, listen, I believe in the people that believe in me, my supporters. That's how I go about it. It's going to take a lot for somebody, for me to just build my trust up, to open one of those emails and expect that you mean good for me. You have to really be very careful about it because there's a lot of scamming going around nowadays. It look like everybody's selling something, but it don't look like everything that they selling is licensed or even trademarked or anything. So you got to be careful. Look, do your due diligence on what you're buying into. Make sure that the stuff that you're buying into. Now, I'm not talking about your friend that's trying to open a little t-shirt company and he didn't get his trademarks yet. I'm talking about when you going online and you have to put in your credit card. You make sure when you're putting in your information that those people are very trusted and those people are trademarked because that's going on too. People are you gotta make sure like that's one thing before my business and before I started it, I made sure all my things were aligned as far as business wise and people having trust in me putting in their information. These are things that people don't think about. They're just so ready to get the money and just sell. How am I gonna put in my credit card information to you, Mr. or Mrs. Instagram or Mrs. OnlyFans? How am I? Are you kidding me, man? Nah, 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 nah. We're using this up here. Make sure your business and everything is legit. And legitimizing your business means having your trademarks in order. Don't let people tell you, oh, you don't need this trademark. Just start going. Because in these times of social media, people will duplicate your stuff so quick. At least if you have a trademark and they make a certain amount of money, you can get that money back in court. It takes a little time, but you, in the end, if you own it, you own it. You'll get your money back, no matter who it is, from the smallest a person all the way up to the biggest celebrity. It is what it is. So that's the reason why you wanna have your stuff too to mark when you, so when you put yourself out there and somebody does do something, do you have some kind of ways to fighting back and getting your money? That could probably grow up, make your brand blow up even more. Who knows? But that's the main thing you want to make sure. That whole trust nowadays, I see a whole bunch of people doing a whole bunch of things that there are people that are kind of iffy that I don't really trust in period. So I don't really like. I ain't doing it. You don't want those type of people. Usually, like, especially with a clothing brand, show people your work, show people your past work. You can go on my Instagram page and see how I sponsored like children's centers, and I do a lot of things with the brand. It's not just only about selling your brand to the one-on-one individual. It's all about touching the people and letting them have a clear understanding what your brand's about. Once you get that going, everything else is all about sales, keeping people fly, and keeping the business running on a smooth pace. That's what it's about. So thank you for all the love, for real, for real. I'm working on animation, but it's not gonna be out until probably the weekend. I'll probably do an animation, do one for the weekend. I'm really working on some designs and stuff. I'm working on some designs and stuff today. Maybe I might do a Beijing design. You wanna see a Beijing design? Oh, what y'all know about that? What y'all know about that? Oh, y'all seen the trucker hat in the last one though. I love these trucker hats. So they come in. They're so soft. You can see the material. It's not like the regular. It's got that matty right here, and then they got the shiny black right here. It's the detail, baby. It is the detail. But what I'm gonna be honest with y'all. What happened? See right here, I had the lettering, but the lettering was too fine. So I said, let me try it doing the truckers without the lettering, so people just with the logo missing, they know where. I mean, with the letters missing, they see the logo. You should know we're ready to brand. So I freaked it like that for the first. These are the first generation truckers, and they're so good in the feeling too. They're very good. The blue really came out. The blue pops in it. Look, the blue pops. You'd be surprised how these little. And I didn't want to up the price. I see a lot of people putting a lot of money for the truckers. I don't make that much, but they're 20. They're 25 for them. And the reason why I put them that, because you can't just get one. These things are like potato chips. You got to get them in all colors. I think we got the pink and white up there. We got the red, the black on black, and we have, I think, the white and black. I don't know if they still have the white and blacks in there, but the black on black is serious. So yeah, I might throw that with like a sweater or something. But it's that nice where you can wear those truckers with like sweaters and things. But yeah, man. Thank you for the support. I need all the support I can get, especially with the brand. That's why I keep it as dope as possible. Um, and just support up and coming brands. Period. Just support brands coming up, because it's hard out here. That's it's very hard out here, especially with the brands and everything. It's not the easiest thing to start something from the beginning, but it feels good when things get on the roll. Trust me, it's a little bumpy in the beginning, but after a while, God is good, y'all. God is good. God is good. Once God know your heart, things are gonna work out. Just let Him take His pace, and you just keep working hard at it. You dig? NYC, y'all already know. That's one thing. If you're from New York, you already know the NY gives you this hustle spirit. You want to get out there and you just want to touch more people. Being that we have the internet, there should be no excuses. Touch the people who believe in you. Trust me, that's the key of this whole life, man. Support the ones who support you, and you gonna be all right. There's so many people in this world. Everybody thinks that they have to be after the same people or have to chase down celebrities with their brand. Don't you know celebrities? They're people too. If they like something, they'll buy it. They come across your page. They'll come across it. If they like it, they'll buy it. And sometimes you want to push a certain celebrities because you see that they have something that maybe you can benefit from as far as their the way they dress already on their on their daily. You can add to it and you maybe send them a package or something. I'm gonna put together a goodie box. Y'all know how I put together the goodie boxes. I'm just waiting to stack it up and I'm gonna bring something really, really nice to the table. I told you I got varsity jackets. It's gonna blow out every varsity jacket you have ever seen. I'm not trying to put something out there that you seen and it kind of look like no, 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 no. Varsity jackets are fire. The design is gonna be crazy. So everything just takes its time and as a matter of fact, you guys check it out. I got flight jackets up there right now. I'm about to watch. I'm gonna show y'all how to freak the flight jackets. I'm gonna show y'all how to freak the flight jackets. How you put the patches on there. I got a few patches. I got one pack of patches up there. You guys can buy. I believe they're like $15 up there. There's a pack of patches up there that you can throw with the flight jacket and get it going. Most likely, you guys probably got your own patches. But yeah, man. Let me see. What else we got going? What else we got going? Let me see something before I get up out of here. Oh, shout outs to Day Media. I always shout Day Media out. What is Day talking about today? She's talking about, let me see. Where's Day Media? Okay. Let me see. I think her last one was she's right. Her title is Stop Selling Clothes, Sell the Vibe. Absolutely right. Always on point. Shout outs to Day Media. So true. Don't think us dreamers we not rebels. Don't you think we not rebels? We just have a different type of imagination. That's all. Um, what else? What else? See, like I won't, and this is no knock to anybody, but I'm just gonna say the title: How to Make Clothing Brands 315,000 a month with ads. The reason why I couldn't bring that to you guys because I never made $315,000 a month with clothing brands with ads. One thing I could say about ads is, it puts you in front of the buyers that they think that will buy into the brand. And if you're looking at it by numbers, so it's probably just breaking down the people that buy and spend online on a daily. But you do get sales from ads, so the more you put in, you do bring more sales. I'm not gonna knock ads because even the biggest company use ads, and this is gonna be coming to a point in time where you have to use ads, and Here and there, I use a couple like quick social media boosts, like the Instagram boost, or like just to get it around more. But heavy ad, putting money into ad when the brand starts, I wouldn't advise that. I think that organic growth is something that's slept on still, but it still works whether you have the money or not. When I say organic growth, it doesn't mean don't put money into the brand and get it growing. It's just saying um, you know, reach out to people that you feel that you can build a brand with, and find your tribe, build your tribe, and then start putting ads to get everybody else to see what you and your tribe are doing. You don't want to invite people to the party when there's not enough people in the party. In other words, what I'm trying to say. You dig me? Let me see. Mm, a lot of people I see are doing podcasts. Podcasts are dope. It's still time consuming, and there's a lot of hard work behind podcasts. I wouldn't just jump out and say, I'm doing a podcast, because having a brand is a lot of work. And what I'm actually doing is I'm building my tribe. I'm still building my tribe. I'm not really rushing to do that. What else we got online? I like Glorilla. She's cool. Mm, Shouts out to Cardi B. Don't let these people pressure you on when you're dropping your album, this and that. You don't even gotta worry about all that. Drop it when you feel it's right. And if you want to try something new, try it. Don't let people tell you what to do and what not to do, man. If you want to try something new, whether it fits to other people's standards of what they expect you should be doing, it doesn't really even matter. As long as you feel good with it, drop it. That's how I feel. I think all artists should be that way. When you feel things are just too cookie cut and everything is what in people's liking, then you're on the path of algorithm and that robot stuff. Fail in the public, and then people appreciate you for it. Fail in the public, man. Let people know that you're a human, man. If you feel like doing, if you are like, sometimes you can't get mad at a person, especially if they bring, like, yeah, it's hip hop, but what if they want to bring their roots and their culture into it and add that in? You mean to tell me they can't do that because you expect a certain sound that they said yesterday? No, no way. Not even with my designs, I do that. I always design from a new. I like to a clear mindset, and I'm always trying to think of what's next. I'm not trying to think of what I did in the past, even though they always kind of in some way, some finds its way into what you're doing. Always think ahead. Think about what's next for your brand. What's the things you love that you want to implement into your brand? For real. Like, look at, like, back to the J. Cole, and I feel like at first I felt like it's like two things are right. Two things are right in that situation. He was right for understanding that he was out of place by putting that type of music out. It wasn't his vibe. And people are, in hip hop, people are gonna, it's like you don't just say something like that and just step back just like that. So I understand the back and forth, but my whole thing is kind of like, it wasn't it supposed to be Drake and Kendrick? And why does it always have to be a versus? Why can't we get a whole set of a bunch of good music from all of them? People love to put you in that cage fight. I'm telling you, it's crazy. I get it, but do we have to do that every single time for everybody? It puts like this me versus you energy out there that we really don't need right now. We need people coming together. See more collabos instead of more, But who am I? I'm not in that field where I can say, it does bring in money. I know in hip hop, that type of energy, that type of back and forth has always been a part of the culture, and just so happens at this time maybe there's a lot of that because of Just how things are on the internet. On the internet. But I would just rather them have dope bodies of work, and so I can listen while I'm designing and keep playing over and over like I always do. Like we always do. No, I ain't the only one. But no matter what, you gotta keep when you have a business, you always gotta keep it keep it rotating, keep it going, keep it running on its own, and always be there for people. You know, always be there for people. Like if they want to ask questions about the brand, be there to answer them, and just stay on top of things, and you'll be all right. I never knew what number of people or how many people was gonna buy. I just knew that I had some great ideas, and I want to find a palette to, a canvas to really express myself and connect with people, and this is what I chose, and we got years and years and years past, and we're still on the grind. And look at the pickup. Look at the pickup. God is good. Started a new brand, getting sales. What more can you? What more can you ask for? Seriously, seriously. I don't go out to the clubs. I don't do the partying. This is what I love doing. So I can never be, ungrateful for that. So I could tell you guys that is true when you hear people say it's not just a cliche thing to say that. When you find the thing that you love doing, it does come easy. But it's so blinded on social media that you see so many things that you could be doing, and that blinds you from what God has put you here to do. And I understand that. I get that. Because you see things working for people and you know you can do it just by placing hard work. But if it doesn't fulfill you inside, that's where you just get lost at the end. Because no matter what, it's gonna it takes its course. It takes its course. It takes its course. Always remember that. It takes its course. Everything is not automated in life. There's a price for hard work. There's a price. There's a price. So the more you can take that part of the hard work off with just loving what you're doing, you're gonna be all right. You're gonna be all right. Trust me. If you need any help on your clothing brands, leave a comment down below or hit me up on the gram. And I told you I'll help you guys. I'm about to get out of here, do what I do, and work on that animation for you guys. Um, Before I get out of here, if you want to support the brand, I'm going to leave the link down below after I get everything situated. But it's inspired by Dreamzzz, DREAMZZZ .shop. And go check out, I got some dope hoodies. I got the beanies. You see the beanies? And I got a lot of dope things up there. I think I'm going to show you guys the windbreaker next week or something like that. Maybe a little surprise. And I didn't forget the yellow hoodie. So I love you guys. And stay tuned. Tell a Dreamer to tell a Dreamer. We got a new channel, a new brand. This guy from NYC. He pretty cool. His name is Mickey Made It. You dig?